OMG have a composition that really wants a team fight on 2 and 3 items. You can, with this Jhin very early on, provide a lot of utility, and your upfront damage from like a Xin Zhao plus this Jhin can be very potent.
At this point, problem is though, for LGD, Xiaoya and YCX are a little bit farther away at this point. That means Moham's going to be there first. Crashdown does connect alongside the Deadly Flourish. That is a burst of crowd control as Linfeng picks up first blood for OMG.
I just don't understand why XQW is standing that far up and not even bothering to use his flash or set up some kind of roam play. I think you need to just give up that wave, give up this particular piece of control. You already have vision of the other brushes around this objective. Back up a little bit, reinforce with the rest of your team, and I mean, now Nayo just took half of his HP for free from Linfeng. I would not be surprised to see a potential re-engage here. Moham could look for something, and you still have this ultimate coming in from Linfeng, but he has some pretty low mana, so it'd have to be a one-way trip.
Here we go. Between Worlds pops out as all 3 grubs are secured by OMG. Crashdown does land onto 2. XQW back in the fight, but now Sasa's here with the needlework, and Harry is exhausted on the Gnar. Run comes out. Let's see who decides to take it. It is 3 to try to cut off Harry and OMG.
Oh.
He will go down first. It'll be 1 traded back as XQW dies for the second time, as Sasa will find a second kill. It is an all-out brawl here in the mid lane. It's all of a sudden another collapse comes down here onto the Fury, and Nayo will pick up 1 kill and will flash away to safety, but it'll be followed here by Linfeng. What a fight that we have in the 7-minute mark, as only the Ezreal and the Aurora will survive.
3 grubs as well as the first dragon, so I would say the early game where we needed to see OMG get off to a good start is starting to pay off.
And when you're this strong, have this much AP on the Aurora, clearing those waves just gets so easy. You throw out a Q and an E, and all of a sudden you can roam either which way, top or bottom, depending on where your team needs you to be. Not super coordinated on that last fight in terms of setting up, bringing the resets forward at the right time, and they paid for it. Now Xiaoya might be in some trouble as well. Already has used the Arcane Shift. The crowd controls chains available for OMG with the Deadly Flourish and with Moham. That's going to be dangerous once we get later on into this.
Yes, you're the scaling composition, but you have such powerful damage with this Nefiri. I think that now the 2 carries of the game have unfortunately jeopardized this win for them, as Rise going down and being so useless early on, already down 1,500 gold, and Xiaoya dying there. I feel like that's such a bad spot. Also, I still don't know
yeah. Harry, I mean, he used his ult and the jump really early on in that one. So.
Is he going to try and maybe steal a camp here? Because there's no play in the mid. Maybe just reinforcing Xiaoya, but we've done nothing, turned it into nothing, and now we're going to continue to lose everything here for LGD, as that's another dragon going over. So, I mean, Herald spawns in a minute 40. Hopefully we get to see LGD actually contest this objective.
There. No objective to spawn over there. And Nayo, there was a camp available. It was that Raptor camp. Didn't end up going for it. Might try to find something onto Moham here. Nice use of the untargetable to make sure that Moham's stun does not connect. Flashes over the wall. Here comes that ultimate. It gets canceled by the Magnet Storm, but it will not matter. Nayo will pick up the kill and pick up the reset if he does want to go forward a little bit more. But you can see the power of that Aurora as well. Linfeng bursting him down to 40% HP with just 1 single combo.
The thing is, YCX invested a lot of vision towards the bottom side of the map, so moving in, he doesn't have very many wards here to allow for a teleport from Sasa. Uh-oh.
Here we go. Here, Moham does get dodged away from it. The 2-man depth charge comes out from YCX. The Rel could be in trouble. Ultimate comes out from Nayo, and they do pick up that first kill. It is traded back here as YCX will fall on the other side of the fight. A teleport is coming in. It is going to be Harry joining the fray shortly. Still 4v4. Here comes Sasi, though. Pops the ghost. Uses the needlework. Will get 1. Could potentially get bursted out as Hung flashes over the 3rd proc. He gets himself a double kill before falling to Starry, who is now stuck in a 3v1 across the Rift Herald pit. He throws away a shield and runs back to base as OMG actually end up falling in that fight.
Grabbing themselves the Rift Heralds here, I think, is the best possible scenario for LGD, as well as getting some pretty key summoner spells, as well as the shutdown onto Linfeng. So, feeling
on the Nefiri is 4-1-4. Not as homeless as he might have been a couple of minutes ago.
He has been made into a brand new homeowner, so exciting to see. There's going to be a multi-man play here.
Oh yeah, immediately targeting onto Sasa, who was the big beneficiary in that last fight. The needlework comes out, but it's just too late. It will be traded though, as Nayo picks up kill number 5, gets a reset on the ultimate, and will go towards Moham to at least make it a double kill for the Nefiri. So LGD once again winning out on the trade, even though their top laner dies first. Pick up that Ocean Soul point. It's going to cost them a little bit on the top side, as Linfeng with those 6 grubs is able to take down that tier 1 turret up there. That's That's the first tower of the game going over to OMG, but mid lane priority still the name of the game for now. It does mean that Nayo is able to pick up the entirety of that dragon, prevent that soul point for going over, and now they're looking bot.
Oh, look at this. We're even seeing that they have XQW and YCX. Oh, the teleport from Aurora. They're not going to be able to match. They're just going to have to give up a turret here. So it'll be a trade. Top tier 1 for bottom tier 1. You get control of the dragon as well. I want to see OMG really hold this choke point around the lane.
XQW takes a big chunk of damage, but the Magnet Storm is flashed away from. Realm Warp will take him back to safety as well. And now LGD are going to win out on this fight. A two-man depth charge comes out. Sasa is unlocked on the front line, but look at Starry on the backside as well. Curtain Call is going to come out. It's a 2v2, and right now it's OMG coming back into this one. Linfeng is just too strong. Here comes the teleport from XQW. Comes back with a full HP bar against a Pea Shooter Jhin and an Aurora. Deadly Flourish is dodged away from.
Of the gold. And despite having Mosquito Jhin build, they are just finding kills for Starry. Linfeng gets to come into the back line. Big summoner spells now gone from the side of LGD, and this Aurora is just really thin. Also, we just haven't seen Harry actually pull off a Mega Gnar combo to save anybody's life, so...
Not yet.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, all
it only takes
OMG
one.
Fans. Yeah, I guess. Oh, Nayo, no. Oh, Nayo, no.
A lot of dashes on Mr. Fury. Hung's immediately going to flash forward, pop the Crescent Guard. There's a lot to block away from some of the damage, and as soon as that expires, that is the jungler for OMG down. Here comes Sasa. Needlework doing so much damage. That third proc forcing Starry to flash away. And so LGD, they get one. It is the jungler here for OMG. Does it mean they go for the Otacon, which is now available on the top side of the map?
Oh, this is such a huge win for LGD. Like, this was the games that we low-key kind of signed up for when we're talking about Group Nirvana, LGD versus OMG. It wasn't going to be clean. It wasn't going to be pretty. But hell, was it going to be full of action here? The early game was a little bit slow, but so far LGD have been able to claw back, but it just has been so back and forth between these two teams.
They will pick up that Otacon, even if that count is 2. You see a Realm Warp issued by XQW as on the other side of the fight, or the other side of the map, LGD taking down that mid lane tier 2 and adding to their gold lead, which has ballooned to about 3,000 at this point.
Now they can make a play onto mid here. YCX probably going to be looking for a flash engage. There
oh, Hex Slash over the wall, knock up on a Moham. That Rel is down. And look at the dive as well from Sasa. Might have gotten a little bit too far forward, but it's not going to matter if it means that Nayo gets himself a double kill underneath the tier 2. Curtain Call is going to send Xiaoya back to the base.
Chip damage onto the mid tier 2. Didn't trade all that much when it came to summoner spells, stuff that's going to be
so fed off of that first fight. 3 full items and 10 stacks on the Darksteel to do some of the damage. YCX maybe get caught out here as Sase is looking for a fight as well. The Needlework not going to find too much. It just chunks Moham a tiny bit. Not much to fight for over the map either.
For all of our Gwen players at home, if you are playing Gwen, just a reminder. Oh, never mind. I think we're getting a fight.
Oh, wow, YCX just stepped a little bit too far forward, and that is Linfeng picking up another kill. Teleport comes in. It's going to be Harry, who is Mega Gnar, but a little bit far away from the entirety of the fight. Xiaoya will use the timer to get that mid lane tier 2, add the 5th tower of the game here for LGD, currently possessed. So right now, Baron is going to be the focus here. True Shot Barrage comes in onto Linfeng as it looks like LGD trying to start a fight from afar. We see that Realm Warp also being used as Moham is the first target. Will get bursted down as Nayo will pick up the kill. Rest of LGD still 5 strong around that top side. Baron is on the menu if they want to go for it.
Yeah, they've got Gwen Ultimate as well. OMG are just going to have to either give this one up or stake the entire game on this big purple worm. Now just trying to get a little bit of that jungle HP, but look at how fast this Baron is being peeled away.
Yeah.
I love YCX here.
Hung's not even going to get a chance. He just gets ulted by YCX and gets taken down by Xiaoya. That's the Baron going over to LGD as it's their new jungler in Nayo picking it up. And now they could potentially look for even more kills. The Needlework comes out. Harry lands a stun initially onto the Gwen, but gets singled out by the remainder of LGD. And Nayo popping off on the Nefiri. That's kill number 11.
We haven't seen the strong team fighting from OMG. We've gotten individual skirmishes, and in particular, Harry has had such a rough game on this Gnar, never really getting a big Mega Gnar ultimate to find multiple members. And now LGD have the Baron. Xiaoyu's been sitting in mid lane, took a mid-tier 2, and has now taken an inhibitor turret as well. And hey, while all this is happening, even if they overchase, this is going to be a top lane turret.
Gotta go for something, and Xiaoya, he shifts over the wall, gonna be followed by the flash of Starry. They at least get that, but now here comes the Nefiri. The ultimate on top of the Jin will be enough to take him down, and a reset comes through on the Linfeng. Will the Aurora have enough damage? It's one of the big carries. Meanwhile, the base is being eviscerated by LGD, and Naya was just playing bait with the Nautilus. Harry has respawned, going to come back, but it is already 2 inhibitors going down. You will take that any day if you are LGD. And it looks like Nayo is still going to survive, and the rest of the squad has potentially arrived. Moham still looking here for the Nefiri, but now Linfeng says, hey bro, I'm out of there. Good luck in that 1v3, and he will not have much luck at all as Nayo gets another kill.
Is the Theory diff, or Nayo is the GOAT? Because if Nayo has another carry game, then I think we can give him the credit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of both. The Sasa, that's a big carry actually taken down here by Harry with a nicely timed flash ultimate. Nayo's going to have to do a lot of this on his own as the Between Worlds comes out. Maybe OMG have a chance to fight back a little bit. The Wind Becomes Lightning does connect on to the Nefiri, and the Death Stance will eventually bleed him out. That's a big shutdown onto Starry as OMG are done with this one just yet. Oh my goodness, XQW does a lot of damage, but it is not enough. There comes the curtain call, and that's a big team fight win for OMG. On the OMG carries, Linfeng and Starry have 5 full items. Nobody on LGD does right now. However, the Baron is being started up by the blue squad. Hung going to spot them out right now, but that gets bursted down quick. Can Hung do it? He jumps into the pit, but it's stolen away by Nayo. And so it will be LGD with that buff, and now it's up to Starry and the rest of OMG. They get the first kill on the YCX. Linfeng goes between worlds, trying to dash back and forth. He baits out the needlework from Sasa, and the curtain call doing a lot of damage on Nayo as well. He has to dash away. That is XQW going down. Nayo is the next target. OMG are doing it in this team fight here. Linfeng forces Nayo to go back to base. Mid control dominated by OMG as they want to pick up this Ocean Dragon.
Back of that, LGD, we don't need to contest for this. Please,
oh,
for the love
Sasa.
of God. Nayo's nowhere near
He's in the bush. He's going to get caught out. Harry goes Mega Gnar, but will it be too late? He Gnars him into the wall. Deadly Flourish comes out. Sasa is dead, but here comes Nayo. Can he find the steal? Can he find the soul? It'd be huge for LGD if he can, but he runs away as he knows he does not have a smite available for him, and OMG will even up the Dragon count and are looking for more. Starry has the Guardian Angel Park, but he allows the Deadly Flourish to connect to the Xiao, who now has no mana. He has no mana, and Linfeng gets the kill.
Linfeng, are you going to die to the bleed? No, that's not the case. OMG are fighting back off of the mistakes here of LGD. We're going to have a 7th and final Elemental Drake, bringing us the soul here in this game. From the early game, we had said it was OMG favored. In the middle part of the game, it's been all LGD. They still hold a gold lead here.
Ooh, we're starting to see that Jin damage pop in. XQW flashes forward again, but it will be the start of the fight as YCX lands at least that dredge line. Oh, Xiaoya! He shifts forward! He shifts forward! He's still going to get flashing away, having that ability as we see Linfeng on the other side going golden here on the Aurora. Harry with the 2-man Gnar. It stuns up the Rise, but now Linfeng, he gets the Fury ult, and it's Nayo who tries to go far forward. It will be Starry finally picking up the shutdown onto the Ezreal, and Nayo is going to get caught out as well. He goes untargetable, but now Sasa is here. Realm Warp going forward as XQW trying to join the fray. The curtain call will be opened up. Will anybody go down in the remainder of this fight? The Force Shot does so much damage as Starry takes down YCX, and now it's a numbers advantage for OMG.
The junglers are both alive, and you see the pings coming out. Harry's going to look for some kind of teleport. Can they make a group play around mid here?
Moham is very low. Any engage is likely a one-way trip. Hung going forward, but these are not the carries here right now. Linfeng is dead. That is one of the major X factors for OMG out of this fight. Sorry, he flashes forward. He sees a kill angle potentially on XQW, and he finds it with an absolute monster of a crit. 2 go over the wall as Nayo and Sasa, they're the strongest members here for LGD, but it's still a 4v2. This is the soul potentially available. Gnarl ultimate goes in. The Gwen is locked in, but here comes the Nefiri still at full HP. Who can take down this jungler? The new jungler will not get the smite as OMG will secure the Ocean Soul out of Group Nirvana. It might not be the cleanest League of Legends. It might not be good League of Legends, but it is great LPL entertainment. Absolute cinema. Pull up the meme right now. Spam it in the Twitch chat because that is what we have. W even to JDG after this. And so we might get that long one here as you know. Now the Baron buff is available for another minute and 45 seconds. Linfeng playing very aggressive though as Nayo will look to maybe dash forward. That's a big engage coming in from Moham. Sasa goes down instantly. And here comes the curtain call. XQW in a terrible position right now. Harry over the wall will only land the Gnar ultimate on the 1, but that is XQW already dead. The soul laners for LGD are down, and it is just Nayo and Xiaoya left to try to defend the base.
Okay, how much can LGD get done here? I mean, Baron's
Nothing.
Still here for OMG. 6 grubs as well. They have a minion wave, and it's 40 seconds before the next available member.
Oh, it's poetic even. The new jungler here for LGD in a similar situation to the old, up 4,000 gold, but still might lose the game. The Nexus is exposed. OMG were down in the mid game, but they will not lose late. It is Starry and Linfeng carrying OMG to a Game 1 win.
Okay, we're getting Moham on the Elise. All right, this is going to be a game of all time. For all the fans in chat, I wish you best of luck for your channel points, dog, because this is going to be all over the place. I can already tell.
This grub's going to become very, very important here in this game.
Okay, so Moham gets control of the Tri-Brush for now, but, I mean, Nico plus Caitlyn just completely delete minion waves for free. Oh, Linfeng's just going on to XQW.
Yeah, lands a charm. Hung here as well. Pops the steadfast presence, but look at Nio. He's there first. And so that's first blood going over to LGD. Hung now in a 1v2. He's only level 4. One more auto attack would have taken out XQW, but he's not able to pick it up. Nio will shut him down with a Vault Breaker and make it 2-0 LGD. Those grubs.
Hung is in the top lane. Are they going to look for something here? Oh, that is the
cocoon.
Oh, he's just dead.
That's the all-in that they wanted, and here comes Hung. Will he be able to find this kill? But no! It's Xiaoya picking up the kill onto Starry first, and now Moham is running as far as he possibly can, but the Peacemaker will shut him down. It's a double kill for Xiaoya, and it's quickly 4-1 LGD. But at the end of the day, they also want to be pressing the R button onto the backline carries. That leaves a lot of opportunity for things like this here on to Starry. That's both of the ultimates used, and it does result in the 5th kill for the blue side.
Now a little bit of recall, just move over to the top side of the map. Great find coming in as well.
Okay.
But they just gave up control of this bush. I mean, Harry gets to walk up. He'll put a ward down. They'll have an idea as to where this Nico is. Now they definitely know. And Linfeng sitting on the flank. Sasa needs to find Starry here. Maybe XQW can do something.
He got hit up by Decimating Smash. Meanwhile, Linfeng get chunked out, forced to dash away. That's 2 grubs at least picked up for OMG, but now it looks like they're on the defensive. Nico ultimate still available. Public execution. Lands in onto Harry. He will be the sacrificial scion. Takes a lot of damage here. The Soul Furnace buying some time, but it is XQW to pick up the kill.
Yeah, this could have been way worse for the side of LGD, and I think Linfeng's just dead now. Yeah, Azir's on his way. Nio's coming.
Not a lot of damage. Does have the flash just available off of cooldown, but it's far too late at this point. Looks like Nio, the good jungler here, wants to make some good relationships to start off his first series with the team. Says, hey, XQW, have this one. He's now 3-0.
There's a freebie, so Azir is really accelerated. You needed to find early plays as this Ahri and Poppy to make this game feel a little bit more close, but
plates are going every which way for LGD, who want to force a game number 3 in this series in the Nirvana group, as we get a nice little cancel from Hung as the dragon is spawning in 5 seconds.
All right, Harry's moving first. This is adventurous.
OMG, they want to start the fight first. Oh my goodness, Xiaoya gets bursted down before the unstoppable onslaught from Harry even comes in. So that's the 80 carry for LGD down. He dies without having any summoner spells available to him, and that means that OMG get first dibs on this Drake.
Okay, good job. How much can XQW? I think at this point, like, yeah, have Nio hold down this mid lane, maybe stop them from re-entering this side of the map very easily. Sasa is looking, but has 60% HP. Are they going to try to make a play with YCX and Flash Pop Blossom? I think it's tough. This might be a little bit more fruitful.
Essentially on the cards here, XQW just picking up another one of those tier 1 turrets. So he is getting very strong.
You perfectly noted it there. I think having this Siege comp when you're already ahead, and this Azir is literally a monster in this game. The true emperor of the Rift right now. He is just way too ahead, and so it'll be up to, if you're an OMG fan, you're looking at Linfeng and Hung.
Yeah, and we're seeing them try to continue to snowball that lead in the mid lane. As the Rift Herald gets procced, likely will be able to take down this tier 1 turret. Looks like Nio is going to help it out by driving it straight on into that tier 1, combined with the Pop Blossom onto the Poppy as Hung actually gets bursted down, and now Harry's in the middle of everything, and it's a bad spot right now for OMG. They instantly lose 2. Harry's still alive on the front line, and the 2 carries for OMG are as well. But it's not a good situation for them as they also just lose 2 at the cost of that turret going down for them. Splash, the response for OMG is to try to overload on the top side, take down this tier 1 turret. But it might come at a pretty hefty cost as Linfeng is on his way, but it's going to be a 5v4 at least for the moment in favor of LGD. The tower goes down, but now let's see what OMG can do about it. Nio goes forward with the ball breaker, but cannot find an ultimate on anyone just yet. 2-man decimating smash, and now Hong actually sends 2 away. This could be OMG's opportunity. They land the charm only onto the Ambessa. Sasa's forced a flash. YCX with a 3-man pop blossom, and here comes the re-engage. Sasa into the backline, picks up a double kill instantly, and now OMG are forced to flash away. There comes the cease and desist. It's on to Starry, and Sasa is lying in wait. It's a triple kill, and it's going to be 4-0 LGD.
And they even have an Otacon in 30 seconds. I just kind of want to see them push with 4 grubs with the siege composition.
Promise, but never really getting a big win. This would be a very important series for them to take in terms of the hopes of them continuing on in the LPL. The Dragon gets secured. Hung looking for an engagement. It might just be a little bit too late. As here comes another big pop blossom, once again finding 3 players here for YCX. Sasa now finally arriving as well. The Emperor survived from XQW is going to force the repel out of Moham, but it's all too late as Sasa continues to get absolutely fed on this champion. The Ambessa has himself a triple kill.
Double triple kills here for Sasa, and LGD just look like they could do no wrong. 21 minutes, 17-2. This was the kind of gameplay that we wanted to see coming in from LGD on the day, and even kind of the gameplay that we were expecting all the way back in the promotion bracket that, unfortunately, that put them here in the group Nirvana. So now it's just a matter of closing out, man. 10,000 gold at this point. This looks like it should be a lot closer of a finish than we got in Game 1.
It's going to be the Otacon taken as well here for LGD. 10,000 gold, 21 minutes in. And talking about that format a little bit as well, well, we continue to mention the bottom 2 teams in this group get eliminated for both 2025 Split 2 and Split 3.
Definitely means that every game matters, so we'll have to see if OMG can kind of put up any of a fight here as Nio.
They did chunk out Nio pretty well, but Sasa with the public execution does a lot, but they finally do shut down the Vi. They land a knockup onto the Ambessa, who now does not have an ultimate. Here comes YCX with the Nico ultimate. Will she be able to find anything? Hung wall bangs Sasa in. A 2-man decimating smash comes in as well. Pop Blossom only finds the Scion. OMG are down 15 kills, but are still looking for a team fight. Hung going to get taken by XQW. Will be 2 kills once again going over, but the rest of OMG will be able to escape with a numbers even trade. One more fight goes OMG's way. Never mind. Never mind.
Now we come out of the replay and Hug's dead.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
It is 20-4. Grapes, please. There's look, I know we're both North American residents. We're used to the copium of having to come back in games on the international stage, but we
minute mark as we see the result. It looks like Hung just stepped on a trap, and that eventually resulted in his demise. Nice ultimate coming out from XQW as well. And now we wait for the Baron to spawn. That's kind of the timer that LGD seem to be playing on.
Not only, I think, more fluent in his gameplay so far, but has also been... Oh my god, no.
XQW, he runs into a decimating smash. He's able to go golden. However, the Keeper's Verdict does send one away. Nio is in some trouble. You might have just cast a curse this man, all because OMG are chasing the jungler for LGD down. XQW doing a lot of damage on the backside. Now you lives for so long.
Oh my god,
and
but
finally,
XQW
will get taken down. Pop Blossom will pick up 1. XQW with a 2-man Emperor's Divine, and Sasa is invincible in this team fight. He will finish things off for LGD and secure themselves an ace.
There we go. It looked a little questionable there. XQW, he was like, guys, even after Game 1, I still got to make this game questionable for us. So he's going to move in. They've got 4 grubs. How much structure damage can they get down? It's 10 seconds before the next member in Moham, but these Caitlyn headshots are going to hopefully do something fierce.
They're going to try. They got 3 members at least to take the inhibitor. They will back off for now after that. The Baron is available, and Nio respawns in about 10 seconds. The 3rd Dragon for them also. At this point, if you're OMG, why not just go for a fight? Because you know you're probably going to lose anyway after this Baron goes down, but they're not even going to get there in time. As it looks like they'll use this timer to just get a little bit of mid-prio. Hung not even in the opportunity to get for a steal, and Sasa just going to chase him down. Actually, no, the Keeper Verdict will get him away.
Lane wave here, double super minions, and Bessa plus this Caitlyn. You could always reinforce this. I think this should just be the death nail, and We'll see if OMG can be a little creative and maybe find some angles.
Finds a charm here for Linfeng, but it's cleansed away instantly by Xiaoya. There's the verdict, locks away 2. Sasa dashing into the back line. Another really nice pop blossom though from YCX, and that should do it. Hung is forced to run the wrong way, away from his base, away from the Nexus, which is where LGD will reside. We are headed to a game number 3, our second of the Nirvana stage, as LGD will win this one in just over 28 minutes.
Look, they got it done in half the amount of time almost it took for OMG to be able to win this one. And LGD able to close out after an incredibly dominant early game.
Sure, he could build the Leandries, but once we get into the later portions of that game, that magic damage is not going to stack up much against something like this Udyr. So a really nice frontline priority, but gets spotted up by Hung. But the control ward will spot him out. Linfeng going for the 2-man knockup, does combine it with the last breath. But not enough damage in response. The Windwall doing a ton to block out all the DPS that Nayo is able to provide, though. There comes the Eep 2-man knockup. It will be first blood, secured by LGD, as Hung flashes away from the knockup of YCX.
Can contest for these grubs.
Yeah, Star and Harry getting first move does mean that OMG, despite not having their jungler at level 6, are able to get the priority around the grubs. So that is a small win for them. However, it will be matched by Sasa, getting a big wave under turret, getting him a free reset, and also that kill, of course, going over to LGD. It was a very aggressive play from Linfeng, maybe a little bit too aggressive, as Hung was never really in the area and had the opportunity to do much in that fight. And so that's more priority for OMG in the mid lane. The grub's now spawning in 40 seconds. That dragon's still not taken, by the way, as Nayo will once again start it up.
Well, now they're just going to make a dive on top lane. XQW has no jump. Sasa can teleport for this.
Knockup connects.
But there
comes the last breath. It's all fine and dandy here for OMG. They get themselves their first kill of the game, and those grubs also available. White stacks, but he is going with the lethality build, which doesn't become very easy to kill that Udyr. We'll see how the rest of this game goes, but right now the fight is around these grubs. LGD want to try to even up the count. They at least get one, but here comes OMG. Dominance already popped. XQW jumping in onto Linfeng, who pops the wind wall, but the big ultimate on the other side comes in from Moham. The quickness knocks up one. There comes Linfeng with the last breath, as Xiaoya is already down. Linfeng now dashing into the YCX. Flashes to follow it up, and the Feats of Warfare are claimed by OMG. Nayo still wants the kill. He steals away one of the grubs and pops the losing lullaby onto 3 members. Hung dashing forward. Will it be enough? Sasi's still low, but will be able to survive. Starry gets bursted down by XQW, but Linfeng is still alive. He's dashing and slashing his way through, but Sasi still doesn't die. He picks up one. He flashes himself in the bow and gets a double kill. The Udyr is unstoppable here. It's just now a 1v2, and Harry will fall. It's an ace for LGD.
Smo and a Maokai in the area, but does mean that they are giving up mid-wave priority. I wonder if Linfeng, he knows. Nope, he does not. Well, sleep's already landed, bro. Sorry, man.
Linfeng probably dead here. Not going to find anything. There's the Blooming Blows from Nayo to pick it up. That's kill number 2 for him.
And look for, picks into side lane, trying to grab early, to try to grab some respawned camps. I think that would make it much more difficult for OMG to be able to play this game.
I just keep looking at this team comp here. If you're Starry, how do you not go? How are you building? Why are you building lethality? Not gonna happen this time.
All right, well that's gonna be the Herald going over to OMG. Linfeng and Hung are already there. It's gonna be a little bit of damage using this bullet time from Xiaoya, but again, this is just to make sure that we have mid priority. And like if they wanted to make sure they get that gold and take out that mid tier one, that should have been their play with the Rift Herald and the 4 grubs. So now it's a punishment. Now LGD get the first turret and they get gold into this Tristana.
And I don't think that this is a coincidence that going up against an Udyr who's building his full armor and a double marksman comp, it's going to be very tough for them. They're going to have to try to make something happen quickly, but it's just not working out for them, as now YCX getting targeted here. Okay, here comes Linfeng. There comes the last breath. It knocks up just Nayo, but he's able to flash away. Here comes the re-engage. Harry's able to pick up the first kill. It will be a 1-for-0 so far, and the health bars are on OMG's side. However, Sasa still full HP. XQW still trying to dish out some DPS. Bullet time comes out. Moham forces the flash away, and now LGD can go for the re-engage. Harry must try to lock down the Tristana, and XQW will fall, but it will be matched by Harry going down. Now Xiaoya stuck in a bad best of things, but now the Udyr is ready to cook here in this team.
See you later.
Nayo taking down Moham. It's a triple kill for Nayo. It's going to be a quadra kill, a pentakill for Nayo. Welcome to the LPL, my friend. But Sasa was hidden away. What the hell, man?
Earn it, brother.
That's why I wasn't expecting the pentakill. I saw Nayo was in Zonia. It was like pretty low HP.
Yeah.
Just RNG'd his way into it. Okay, hey.
Udyr, so we need to see them pilot this perfectly.
Well, they're going to try to kill the seemingly unkillable champion here in the Lilia. Throws out the Chain of Corruption, not even close to finishing off a kill. And there comes Sasa into the back line. This Udyr just continuously, unrelentingly going after OMG in a 1v5. And he's able to run away with his life. Linfeng ults to his doom. And now here comes LGD. The rocket jumps forward from XQW. Will get himself a double kill.
Okay, well, that's just got to be the end of the game here. They're going to grab Otacon. It's going to be ruinous Otacon as well. So increased rewards from the 3 dragons that they already have access to, a ton of these blood roses. So the experience differential is only going to grow. OMG for their prizes, they'll at least grab themselves mid-tier 1, but Grapes, it feels like it's been a 3-0 basically from LGD. Minor missteps in game 1, but this is just, this game's over.
If we just didn't for fun it, like around enemy base
top side, yep,
in 45 minutes into the game, like 30 minutes into the game, when we had a 10k gold lead. If you're OMG, there's not much you can do at this point. Look at Linfeng right now also getting bursted underneath his tier 2. YCX and the rest of the squad taking down this top lane turret, and just a small response on the other side from Harry. It's not going to matter too much if you just keep losing towers on the other side of the map.
They literally, it doesn't even matter if Harry split pushes. It's going to be gold, like short-term gold, just to maybe edge some of it back into their favor. But you and their lane opponents, and the game doesn't get easier. Yes, maybe Yasuo 3-4 items. If you find a pick, here onto...
Here we go. One attempt. It will be a pick. Nicely done by Moham to set that one up. And so OMG going to try to find something after those two have take a lot of time to kill, especially with the team composition that OMG have and the deficit that they are facing right now. The Dragon has been started up, and looks like this could be OMG sending it all the way in this do or die game number 3. Here comes that Nature's Grasp, but a 3-man knockup already comes in from YCX.
He stole it!
The Dragon is stolen away by Hung, and XQW is forced to rocket jump away with less than 100 HP. He will go down. Sasa will finally fall. Will this be the fight? Nayo now the target, but Xiaoya will flash away and pick up that first kill. Moham barely missed out on the knockup, and now Xiaoya can go off here. It's a 2v3, but the health bars are on LGD's side. Blooming blows, gets dodged away from Moham looking for a knockup. He will miss, and the Make It Rain goes down into Linfeng as well. Swirl Seed connects. Linfeng's running the wrong way, buddy. He's going to try to dash through these minions, but will not last for long. Nayo picks up the kill, and LGD once again win the fight.
But look at how close that fight was, and they still got the Dragon. OMG are trying to hold out here. They just rip open this Baron. It's so fast from them.
Here comes the Nature's Grasp. Hung, can he pull off another Miracle Steal? It does a decent chunk of DPS, but the Baron will get taken down, and it is Nayo to secure it. Now Sasa in a beautiful spot on the front line, but here comes the dive. They go in onto Nayo, who's forced to go golden early. Bullet time comes out and will barely not burn down Linfeng. He will live for just a little bit longer. Harry with the dominance picks up a 1k shutdown, but Xiaoya and XQW are still alive, and the main 80 carries for LGD are going to be the ones to carry them throughout this team fight. They get the Baron and they get 4 more kills.
Importantly, will be safe when it comes to their Nexus.
It should be the top lane inhibitor at least, as another tier 2 in the mid lane will go down by XQW. Maybe they can turn that into a second inhibitor tower as well. The death timers, though, are coming up rather quick, so LGD have to get out before they take that second inhib.
All right, smart play. Good job coming out from them. They'll get their resets in, and they'll be able to have this Baron for the entire duration.
The Udyr, he still lived for a long time. That was the first time he actually died, and that's a big one here. Teleport comes in, though. They already burst down Starry, but here comes Linfeng, and OMG find the kill on the Xiaoya. YCX is going to go down as well. It's going to be a 2-0 in favor of OMG. Now the target is going to be Sasa. They look for Nayo as well. XQW is low. He rocket jumps away, barely dodging away from the knockup of Moham. And Sasa on the Udyr is now unstoppable. Here comes Nayo as well. Underneath the tier 2 tower they go. Guardian Angel already parked onto Harry. Starry. They're fighting 2v3, but still Starry's alive. He gets a shutdown onto the Udyr, and he gets himself another. They go way too far forward, and OMG keep themselves alive at the cost of another inhibitor going towards XQW.
Okay, but 20 seconds, and look at how long these death timers are. I'm just looking at this, and hey, who cares about this replay? Ocean Soul on the table. Harry down to half HP from that combo.
Time. It takes Starry down to half HP. Chain of Corruption lands onto the Misfortune, but they don't do much with it. This is going to be Soul for LGD, as OMG don't want to lose the game over potentially flipping another Smite fight. So extra healing, extra sustainability for LGD. They continue to add to their lead. But now you're starting to wonder a little bit here, Alk. I know we thought it was going to be LGD favored from the start of this game.
Tier 3, but I mean, there's a Tristana, there's these double marksmen. All of these structures fall like paper in front of them.
Oh, Linfeng! He finds a knock-up on XQW. Chunks him down to about 1,000 health. Xiaoya still untouched in the back line. And look at Nayo in the middle of the entire enemy base. And that's the team fight that LGD were looking for. One more jump forward from XQW to seal the deal. LGD, it looked a little bit scary here that they threw that first game, but they have looked dominant against OMG over the last two, and they will pick up their first series win of 2025 Split 2.
Out of 5 games, they now get to have.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.